They were married for 72 days. Now, we did the math here, and that is $250,000 a day. Now, I don't blame them. I blame us. Why are we buying into a charade? Was this all simply a plot to make money, and did we all fall for it? Now, I've got to say the first thing this reminded me of, for those of you that are of my vintage, was Luke and Laura's wedding at General Hospital. Do you remember that? Now, the fact is, that was actors. You know, those were, there it is, alongside of me there. Those were actors on daytime drama, had a similar kind of impact. Now we're creating the same kind of iconography for people that are supposed to be living lives and setting cultural norms, perhaps. Our kids are watching all this. Straight to my guest. I first got to my left here, my co-host on Loveline, Mike Catherwood. I also have family law attorney Vicki Ziegler. On the phone, actress and comedian Sandra Bernhard and senior executive editor of RadarOnline.com, Dylan Howard. Dylan, can you give us the latest?
Well, Dr. Drew, it came relatively surprising for everyone, although at Star Magazine, our sister publication at Radar Online, we reported some 3 weeks ago that the marriage was over. In fact, what we've been able to learn today is that some 4 weeks ago, Kim Kardashian met with a divorce lawyer in New York. Now, it turns out she couldn't file for divorce because she wasn't married in New York State, so she had to file in California. So for some weeks, she's been lawyer shopping. Now, I've spoken to a number of friends of the couple today, and I'm told, Dr. Drew, that there were 2 primary reasons for this separation, this split, this filing for divorce. And that is essentially that both families were unable to get along. On one hand, you had Chris Humphries unable to assimilate with the Kardashian family, and that's a key storyline of the show, that the daughters of Kris Jenner and Bruce Jenner can't get along with him. And then on the flip side, Chris Humphries' family wasn't that embracing towards Kim Kardashian. Indeed, a recent special highlighted an issue between the family, and those family members were very upset with the way in which Chris Humphries was being portrayed. The second issue is the allegations of infidelity. Certainly, Chris Humphries has not lived up to his end of the bargain and that vow of staying faithful. He's been partying very hard, and as one person said to me today, he's 26 years of age, going on 23.
Yeah, I think that's what I see when I watch all the footage, is a young, naive man in a situation where maybe he's over his head. But Mike, a professional basketball player carrying on, that I'm shocked. To me, it's stunning.
Well, I mean, look, both parties had to know what they were getting into. I mean, look right across your family table at dinner, you see Chloe, who's with Lamar Odom. It's not like the NBA lifestyle was any secret, but also Chris Humphries has to know what he's getting into. You're not marrying your average broad when you're getting into the Kardashian family. You're getting unprecedented access from the media into all your personal, stuff.
And I'll tell you what, I challenge people to take a look at all the homes and marriages that have allowed cameras in for reality shows. Very few of those marriages survive this. Kim released this statement, quote, "After careful consideration, I have decided to end my marriage. I hope everyone understands this was not an easy decision. I had hoped this marriage was forever, but sometimes things don't work as planned. We remain friends and wish best to each other." Vicki Ziegler, 72 days. Is that really careful consideration? I'm not really buying that. And by the way, why the rush to divorce? Why not a separation or something else, but we're going to get a divorce attorney right away? It's almost like they planned it.
Dr. Drew, that is a loaded question, but I have so many questions. I would love to sit them both down and say, listen, if you did intend to get married forever, her statement actually insinuates that. I thought marriage was forever. Then why aren't you seeking counseling? Why aren't you trying to figure out if there is potentially infidelity issues or he is immature? Why aren't you trying to get a therapist to work on them? That's what makes me believe that this marriage perhaps was a hoax, which would be devastating on so many levels. And I'll tell you why. Young people, I watched the Kardashian wedding. I actually shed a tear. I mean, most people out there, obviously not in my profession because this doesn't surprise me, want to believe that people get married for the right reasons, for love, and it's their fairy tale. And that's exactly what people were hoping for. If this was a sham marriage, and I really hope it isn't, it's really sending a bad message. There was no planning. Where's the premarital planning? It's not just about the wedding and the $20 million. It's about the future.
That is my concern. Above all else here, it's making a sham of an institution that has already been under attack for many, many years, a decade.